I haven't done a Lego build video in a long time. I'm not that much of a Lego nerd, but every once in a while it's kind of fun to revisit my childhood and play with Legos for a little bit. So I happen to be shopping for new boots at the Boot Barn and the Gurney Mills Shopping Center, about half an hour from where I live. And I happened to swing by the Lego store while I was there, and before you know it, I had acquired this kit, the Luke Skywalker X-Wing fighter from Star Wars. And while I was there, they said, hey, you know, for a couple extra bucks you can get these brick playing cards. And I said, well, I don't really have any use for cards, I don't play card games. And they said, no, these are actually a kit. So I figured, well, you can't actually have sets of playable cards, so it had to be some decorative thing that resembled cards that was made out of bricks. And I got them, and it turned out, in fact, they were just regular playing cards. They were just stylized with the bricks on a red, orange, yellow pattern, or a blue, green, gray pattern, and then with stylized kings, queens, jacks, you know, etc., that are made to look kind of like Lego characters. Perfectly good set of playing cards. It just wasn't what they told me it was. Like I said, I knew they weren't going to be a full set of cards, because you couldn't do that out of Legos. You'd never be able to shuffle them or anything like that. I just figured it'd be a desktop display of some sort. So, oh well, it was only a couple bucks. So I'm going to do a little bit of a video on building this. 4 parts bags, 1, 2, 3, and 4. A label sheet for the extra detail that you can't get from bricks alone. And then the usual excellent, spare no expense, many pages. You don't need to read anything, you can just go by the pictures, kind of assembly manuals. And if you really want to do it, you can also scan the code on the corner of the manual, which would pull up online instructions that basically do the same thing as what's in here, although they may be even more detailed. And again, in a pictorial sense, dump everything out of the box, take one envelope at a time, assemble all that stuff using the manual, move on to the next bag. There's all the parts from parts bag 1. And a couple of sub-packs that I'm not going to open quite yet. I think those just mean they were packaged in a different facility, and not that they're supposed to be kept separated necessarily. Alright, that's the whole set with the sub-bags emptied out. Yeah, I was right that they're nothing special about those small bags that I can see. Every one of them had parts that were already in the large bag, just more of them. And it just looked like, you know, maybe they ran short at one facility and had to make up the difference from another one of their factories or something. I don't know quite how that works. And this thing is not actually a component of the kit, but it is a part that comes with the kit. It's a tool you can use to pop pieces apart from each other, or push shafts through things so they snap in. You can use it to attach one piece to another, pry pieces up. Pretty handy thing. There's a synopsis of the construction that I think that means parts bag 1 will build you this, and parts bag 2 will add this other stuff to it. Parts bag 3 will add wings. Parts bag 4 will add engines. So now I think we concentrate on parts bag 1. We're going to build the Luke Skywalker character, the R2-D2 character, and the cockpit and most of the nose piece. Okay. Just stacking these things up here. Okay, start out with this piece, and then this piece here. Let's see, it only goes in one way. I'm a right-handed guy holding the camera with my right hand and trying to build this with my left hand. Not the greatest thing. Okay, so we start with this, and this piece goes down. I think one of the reasons why they have so many colored pieces in here, even though most of them will never show, is just so that they can illustrate them more clearly in the diagrams. By having contrasting colors, it just makes it a lot easier to read and assemble. So the parts themselves don't benefit by being different colors except for that reason. Okay, we're going to stack a couple of these. Or wait, nope, these are the right parts. Starting to make something that looks a bit like a seat. So now I need two of these pieces and 2 of these pieces. Those are going to make sides for the cockpit, it looks like. And okay, I take one of these, I put a shorter one on top, I stick on one of these sideways hinges. Now I have to stick another one of these like that. And I need one of these, and that will go under this one end to support it like that. And now one of these guys, that will go like that. Now I need a couple of these magenta pieces. Here's a place where the illustrations kind of let you down. It's very hard to see the holes on the side. Just not enough contrast. But I think what they're trying to say is put them on like this. Make another one of these, get another hinge like that, another one of these has to go under here, and another hinge. That will go at the other end like that. And now these 2 pieces get straightened up, and this one goes on there like that, and these 2 can spread apart thusly. Now these get stuck on the front of this assembly, bending them over like this at the ends. Much like that. I need 2 more of these. A 8 bump gray piece. This tan piece. 2 of these oblong blue pieces. Gray shaft, and a gray piece like this. First off, we'll start with that piece. We'll stick this on there. Once again, it's really hard to see in the illustration, but the hole has to face longitudinally. And another one. Now this piece will snap. And these two blue pieces go on the ends. So we have this. And I needed this one yellow piece, which goes over the hole. Thusly. And that goes in here, snapping onto here, and that piece here, the round piece, will snap into here. Actually, that round piece does not go in there, it's too big. I think a shaft will go through those magenta pieces and into that round gray piece. Okay, I need two of these, and these three parts. So we start out with now I've got these two parts. These are corner hinge blocks. So like that. And they need to go on here, I think, to help reinforce the hinge points. Like that. And I need these two and these two, and they just get lined up as usual. Good Lego construction involves overlapping pieces in a brickwork pattern. So you're trying to reinforce places where there's seams like this by putting I did that wrong. So these white pieces will span those gaps in the lower part of it, like that. Two of those long smooth pieces will go along the sides here. Like that. And I need another one of these and two of these parts. goes down here at the nose. I keep wondering if I've missed a part. It seems like there should have been something going from here into here to stabilize this piece. It doesn't seem to have any support. So I need to go back and look at the instructions on that. Yes, I did miss a step. I need to use this piece and jam it in the front here, and it'll go into this round piece down in there to support that. There it goes in flush. Now I can put this part on there, and that locks that pin in place. Pretty clever. Okay, I need to get this part and these two parts. Once again, Lego style, this part will overlay these two seams. Making that stronger. And then we'll stick those on like this. And I've got two more of these parts, which I need to go with these two parts, and those will get laid again brickwork style to support those pivot hinges, and then these smooth parts will go like that. I'm going to do a little inspection to make sure I'm not missing any parts, that what I've got here looks like what I'm supposed to have. And it looks right, I don't see anything missing. So I need these two vent looking pieces and this smooth piece. The vent pieces go like that. The smooth piece goes across like this. Now I need one of the green circles and this one and only piece here. Green dot goes up here, and that makes a nice stair step. Now we've got these two pieces, which go on the sides. And I need these two parts and another one, or these two parts. And those will stack up that's not where those go. I misread the diagram. They go back here. Once more, brick overlap to make the structure stronger. And now this big angled part, and two more of these little guys. Big angled part goes on after these, take up one space. Okay, up next, another shiny piece. This one needs a label, and it's some yellow thing. It's marked as label 1 in the instructions, and here's label 1. Okay, and that will go up here. Now I need this key fob looking piece, and they have this little diagram here which I think is supposed to mean flip the thing over or around or something. So I flip it upside down, and there's this socket in there which I suppose we're going to use here shortly. This piece goes on over that and lines up with the socket. I've got two of these parts, and I have to flip this upside down again, and these will go on like that. And the one gray piece goes over the middle. Again, classic Lego strategy for strength. And this little piece that's supposed to look like a control panel, which will go on laying kind of flat like this. Two more of these little square pieces, and two of these, and these get stacked up in the back. Okay, we've got that. Starting to look like something. Got these two gray pieces with the little clamps on them. Those would go up here in the middle. And the one remaining piece like this, which goes across their tops. Once again, Lego overlapping parts for strength. And there's one gray vent piece and two of these pieces. Where do these go? Let's see. The gray vent piece goes on top like that. I see. Then these guys sort of stair step down like that. Then we get our cockpit cover, and that snaps into these hinge pieces back here. Okay, so far so good. And there seem to be a couple of parts left over. I have to go back and see if I was supposed to use those somewhere. Well, those appear to be spare pieces. Parts bag 2. Okay, contents of parts bag 2, including one baglet inside, which, just as with the other ones, seem to include parts that were just missing from the main bag, probably packaged in another facility. Here we have, oh, I forget what his name is, an older general or something of the Rebellion, and Princess Leia, it looks like. So, let's get started. We'll do Princess Leia first. She's a girl, so she gets the small, elegant gun. The general gets the big blaster. Nice sexist remark there, but you don't want her carrying a thing that looks like something a big soldier would be hogging around. She has to have something more elegant, right? So this is apparently kind of a train-like shape. Feisty expression. Put on her hair with the built-in headphones, if we've learned nothing else from Spaceballs, and we haven't. It's that's what those are for. Alright, Princess Leia. Put her over in the action figures pile. And then General What's-His-Face here. Legs, torso, head, hat, hair, gun. I think that guy would fall over if he shot that gun. Looks a little bit like George Washington. I think that's who that is, George Washington. Reincarnated to help out yet another rebellion. So we need this complicated nose piece looking thing. And we need one blue board. This is actually a pretty fancy piece. It has male and female going every which way on it. It almost seems like that would be created specially for this, but it probably did predate it from some other kit, I suppose. Get one of these and stick it across the bottom like that. Two of these little white pieces, and those go down like that. Get these two guys, and those go under here. Okay, like that. Two of these flat pieces. Now flip it upside down and stick it on the bottom of the part we've already done. Need the two red sticks, and those get jammed in the back here. Like that. Now we get to make something kind of complicated looking. I need one of these little black pieces and one of these gray pieces. Two of these actually. And those are going to go like that. And I need one of these pieces, which will jam on like that. Another black axle piece and a white piece like that. Axle piece goes in the end, and that goes in like that. Get another white piece, another black axle. This time goes in the middle of the white piece, and it goes like that. Two blue axles, and those go long end up. Like that. Two of the gray pieces like this. And looks like they snap down like that and like that. Okay, I need two more of these black things, these black axles. One more of these. One of the white ones. Three blue axles. And two of these. So, two black axles, three green axles, a gray piece, a white piece, and two hinge pieces. Okay, so we'll start out with the white piece and jam the axles in with the short end facing to the right. So we're like that. And now we'll stick stick the two black into those. And now I gotta flip it upside down or sideways and jam in that piece like this, and then that gets added onto this piece. Have to be very careful I don't do it in an incorrect way. Okay. This piece snaps down like that onto the other assembly, and I think that looks just like the picture at this point. And now I need two more long black axles and one blue axle, and we're going to jam these things together, it looks like. So we're like that. I need this one red T-shaped piece. Slips over like that. Doing another sanity check. Don't want to get too far into this and find out I did something wrong, but it looks okay. So now I need two more of these, one of these, two more black axles, long black axles, and the remaining two long blue axles. Get that. Slip those on like that. Get that, like those parts are in like that. Rotate it on its side. And now we stick this onto the other assembly. Have to get this one oriented correctly. So this one goes that's like this now. I need one of these, and that will go across the top to bind all these together, it looks like. Yep. Now we're going to make two of these little assemblies. It requires all four of these. Four long red axles, four long black axles, and four large gray axles. Start up by taking one of these and jamming two gray axles into it. So it's like that. And then jam two red axles into those. And then it looks like I have to jam that piece on. And then put the black axles through from the side. End up with this assembly. And then it says I have to do that twice. Got this guy. Build it up. Do that. And now we have two of those. All right, take this other assembly we've already made. See if I've got the orientation correct on it. Looks like one of these things goes here. And the other one goes here. Okay, we're now making a little part here with one of these. 4 small black axles. And they all just get like this. You get one of these white guys and put one on like this. I need 2 more black axles and one of these gray pieces. Got this, and that goes up under here like that. And I have to find this one gray T-piece, which goes on like that. And that gets added onto this monstrosity that I have. That looks like it just goes like that. And now I take this white piece and jam it over these, and that locks all those together. Okay, looks like I have to put a couple of decals on, and the telling feature is this tab that sticks up here. It should have blue, blue, red, red on the left and right, red, red, blue, blue. This gray T-piece in the middle. Okay, so I need decals 10 and 11. There are 10 and 11, they're not the same size, which is kind of confusing. What are they trying to tell me here? 10. Oh, that comes apart in the middle. I think that's what it is. Okay. Okay, those decals are on. And then I think this monstrosity gets stuck on the back of the fuselage. And it has to have this lone protuberance sticking up. And it looks like the correct orientation. So those long pieces go into there. And now it's stuck on like that. Okay, building another little assembly. One of these, two of these, got that. There's only one of these remaining. We're going to use that, and this one blue one with the bumps on two sides. So that goes on there. And one of these goes on the top. I need to have these two pieces with the holes in the sides, and those get stuck up on top like that. And now two similar yellow pieces. And another one of these goes up on top. Two more of these guys. And this one little piece like here goes on that. Now there's supposed to be two of these little clamp pieces and two of these corner flange pieces. Want to bet that somebody's going to snap into there and be sideways limited by those or hidden by those. I've got to get this one piece and these two little lantern pieces. And one of these. And I have to flip this assembly so it's this side up like that, and it goes like that. And I take the opposing piece and stick it down like that. And now I need two of these guys, which will go across the ends. We have this recessed area there, which looks like it does not get filled in. I take this square piece and go across. Once again, bricklayer's techniques provides a lot of strength. These two flanges these two gray vent pieces. And this one remaining single bumper. And now I need to add this round piece and both of these parts. This guy goes on like that. One goes on like that. And the round piece straddles. Now we get back to putting this on the fuselage. This big assembly goes on the rear, vent side down, red part up, and it jams with those holes onto these red axles. Okay, need one of these flat arches, a gray linkage, one of these, and one of these. I'll lay this upside down. Put that on there. Get that on like that. This has to go through here and then snap onto the side. It doesn't say to make two of those at this point, so I won't. It does say to get one of these, and one of these. Flip this guy upside down. Like that. Like that. Flip it around and add a decal. Decal number 2. There it is. And there we go with that. And that will go up on the side. Honestly, I don't know what that gray piece is for, except that it gives you a shaft going across, and then this part ends up being an anchor for this part. And there it is, it's snapped on. Now we'll make a similar part. We'll get the flat arch, the other gray linkage, this piece and this piece. Once again, very similar to before, except it faces the other way. Flipping this guy around. And just like before, this time we build it with this side here. And I have to put decal 9 on it from the sheet. Okay. And that guy goes on. Okay, it's on that side. Get this guy here, and it goes on like this. I'm starting to see what this does here. That complicated mechanism or assembly we made before allows these pieces to, I don't know if I can do it well with one hand, but they link together like that because it is an X-wing fighter, right? If I squeeze this side down, then that side comes down. Pretty cool. So all that junk was there just to get the wing mount and have all four of the X-wing parts move in sync with each other. Very, very clever. Parts bag 3. So here's all the parts from bag 3. Start with a yellow axle and a skid and a knuckle and a clamp piece. Start out by putting the clamp piece on the back of the skid. And then snapping the buckle, or the knuckle rather, onto it like that. And then jamming a yellow axle into it. Go. And that goes down into this reinforced hole that we looked at before that has a couple different layers of intersecting parts to plug this into. There we go. And the skid can kind of wobble around. Okay, we'll start to make a wing section, and onto this we need one of these parts, one of these, and one of these. Then we add one of these weird pieces. Then two of these. Another one of these, and another one of these. Recommends pre-assembling it like that. Sticking it down here. Then one of these. A long gray axle. One of these wheels. And one of these collars. Putting the collar over the axle and then sliding the wheel over that. Then we need two more wheels. And slide the axle in there. Then put two wheels on in the middle. Like this. Then we need one of these white couplers and another wheel. The wheel goes on, then the coupler. Then one of these and one of these parts. Or two of these parts. One of these. One of these, and two of these. And now we need two of these little pieces. These get put on here and here. Need three of these. Okay, these get kind of layered on. Like that. Then I need one of these big wedges and a small white smooth tile. This actually overhangs part of this. And this is covered up by this part. Starting to get some shape to it. these two curved parts. And 4 of these, which get snapped over Now I need one short black axle and 2 of these, and these get put and then the axle goes like that. Then I need one of these big pieces, which apparently goes on the stub of that axle, like this. Then I need one of these and one of these. This goes on the top of this. Then another skid, and the skid goes on top of this. Like this. Now I need one of these parts, one of these parts, and one of these. That sticks on the front of this. So this gets flipped upside down now. And putting the fuselage right side up, this sticks onto, looks like the lower 2 black posts down there. Like that. Now we're going to make the other wing. Start with the other wing panel. Need one of these, one of these, and one of these. Oops, I put it in the wrong place. There we go, that's better. And another one of these, another one of these. Put that on there. Gray axle. One wheel, one white collar, one more wheel, and the white coupler. Another wedge, another one of these flat smooth pieces. One black axle and these two pieces. Flip it over. And stick it on the bottom on this side. It's coming together. And I have these two pieces left over. Parts bag 4. Okay, contents of bag 4. Very similar to bag 3, but some differences. Okay, we start out with this wing panel. Need one of these. And one of these. This one needs some decoration on it. Needs decal number 6. Which is this guy. Okay, we've got that. Need another one of these. And another one of these. A gray axle. A wheel. And a sleeve. Add 2 more wheels in the middle. Another wheel. A white sleeve. 2 of these. And they go. There. One of these and one of these. One of these. 2 of these. And one of these. that. 3 of these. And another one of these. Like that. A big wedge and a small white tile. And now we need to add a decal to this piece here. It needs to be decal number 5. That's this one right here. There we go. Need these 2 pieces. These 4 pieces. Okay, these pieces. And this one lays in there. And that one goes in like that. Now I've got this guy. Got a antenna dish and a white spacer and one of these gray shafts. Again, very similar to the other wings. And we need another decal, decal 8. That's this guy right here. Okay, and this one we don't have to flip upside down. We'll go and push it onto these 2 studs here. Okay, that one's on there. Okay, building the last wing. One of these and one of these. And this guy needs a decal. It'll be decal 7. That's this one. Another one of these. And the one remaining of these. And I have to put 2 wheels on the middle, just like the other ones. Okay. And the remaining wheel and the white coupler. these two parts. These and one of these. Three pieces and the remaining one of these. But this guy needs a decal, and it'll be decal number 3, which is this one. These, another black axle, I need my remaining radar dish, the white spacer, and the gray antenna thing, or axle, or whatever it is. And I have to put decal 4, that's this one. Okay, that completes that wing. Now we have to stick it on the remaining 2 stubs over here. Okay, all 4 wings are on. Let's put them through their paces. Pretty cool. Okay, to finish this guy up, we're going to make 4 assemblies, each of which has one of these, and one of these that are the same but with knurled outer diameters. And then 4 more of these that go on the tops. Okay, now we have to add the brown axles. These 4 tank wheels, these are obviously from tanks. I think they're supposed to be for the treads. And the 4 little lamps. So we start out by pushing a lamp onto the gray axle and then sticking it through the tank wheel and then sticking it into the top of this stack. I have to do that a couple of more times. Okay, now I need one of the long axles, black axles, which gets stuck into the other end of this assembly, like that, all the way in. One of these pieces, like that, and do that 4 times. Okay, those are there, and now these 4 remaining little black axles go into these gray offset pieces. Like that. Okay, those are all complete. Now I get to stick those onto the main assembly. Into the backs here, I think, is where they go. Like that. Then we've got these red swizzle sticks here, which go in on the lower wings somewhere. Yeah, they go into these. Apparently all the way. I wonder if these things are supposed to fly out of there because they're spring-loaded. They kind of snap in there. I wouldn't be surprised if there's something you're supposed to do that makes those shoot out as if they're, you know, laser bolts or something. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. So there's the completed ship. And apparently all you have to do is push down a little bit on these. Whoops, there we go. Lift up on it is what you have to do. Let's try that again. Okay, that's probably why they give you an extra one in the kit. Now, the reason why there's two tabs down there is for C or R2D2. Already talked about how the X-wings unfortunately, my hand keeps getting in the way of this, but you can kind of see the mechanism here. So we can get our Luke Skywalker character. He probably sits down in there somehow. Maybe you have to take his legs off, I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah, he goes in there. And R2D2 can go in. If you finesse them around a little bit. I wonder if Luke's lightsaber will store inside there with him. Yes, it will. Good deal. I won't lose it. Kind of dangerous to have a unsheathed lightsaber rattling around in the cockpit of your interstellar spaceship, but okay. And then you can have the battle-ready Princess Leia and George Washington standing around outside. By the way, apparently this character is General Jan Dodona, or Dodona, or something like that. So I think I'll just keep calling him George Washington. I learned another thing about this. This isn't just decoration up here. That's actually the thing that controls the wings. I'm not sure how I can set this up here. So when you're flying this thing around, if you push that button, it goes to X-wing mode. You have to squeeze them back together again to undo it, but that's the way that's intended to work.